I'm supposed to go on a date in a couple hours, and my date unmatched me on Bumble. Either that or he deleted his profile, but either way, what the fuck? This was a week in the making. He was really eager and excited, and one of the last things he said to me was, I'm excited to see you on Saturday. I'm like, yeah, great, me too. He was planning it. He was trying to get a reservation at this restaurant. He was like, is 9:30 too late? That's the only option we have, but we can go to a nearby bar at 8:30. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, that works, let's do that, it's not too late. And then just a few hours before we're about to meet, I go on Bumble and it's gone. His profile's gone. What the fuck do I do? Like, what do? Do I go and get stood up? I've never been stood up before.
I've never been stood up before. Those are words you'll only hear from a female over the age of 30. But you know who does get stood up a lot? Us, fellas, us guys, right? How many times have you been stood up for a date? How many times have I been stood up for a date, right? I mean, we lost count, right? You lose count after a while. Like, I can't even remember. There were so many times I lost count. Whereas for women, it just doesn't happen to them until they hit their 30s, as it's happening to this woman. And you know what? It's just going to happen more and more and more. It's going to become a more frequent occurrence as she gets older, as she stays out there in the dating landscape, doesn't cash in her chips, doesn't find a guy to put a ring on her finger. The longer she stays out there on that carousel, the more this is going to happen, because she no longer has that ability to get guys to actually show for the date, right? She doesn't have that ability to get these guys. Well, I know what the problem is. She's still trying to get the same level of guys that she did 10 years ago. That time is gone, right? It's just over. And these women don't like that. They don't want to face the fact that, hey, your best days are behind you, at least as far as dating goes, right? At least as far as dating goes. You could become more skilled at your hobby or your craft or your job. But as far as dating goes, the time to exercise your options is when you have options. Now that you're in your 30s, you don't have those options anymore, but yet you're still going for the same level of guy. Do you see where the mismatch is? Right? I mean, you can't do that and expect this guy to still, these type of guys to still show. This is why I say it's going to keep happening to her, because these women don't like to lower their standards, do they, fellas? As they get older, they don't like to face reality and lower their standards. I mean, shockingly, right? Shockingly, as these chicks get older, as they get more gray hair, more crow's feet, more turkey neck, as they get fatter, as their eggs dry up, as they have nothing else to trade of value to dudes, what happens to their standards? Do they go down? No, they go up. They want even hotter guys. They want even more jack guys. They want even more richer guys. They want taller guys. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? And then they complain when the guy doesn't show up for dates, when the guy flakes on her last minute. And I can tell you, this guy probably flaked on her last minute because he had a better option, right? Maybe some other chick hit him up and he took her to the restaurant. I bet if she showed up to that restaurant, there's probably a good chance he might have been there with some other chick, younger chick, hotter chick, for sure. And if he wasn't there, he just didn't want to put in the effort or the money to take her out, because he was like, what am I doing? I'm lowering myself, right? I'm lowering my standards here. And that's something that we as guys do too, is once we start to come into our own, we start to have options. For us, it becomes just like playing the game almost. It's like just to see if you could get this girl, and then once you get her to like you, it's like the more she likes you and the more you know you have it, it's like you don't even need to close anymore. You're like, yeah, I really want to hang out with this chick. She's like 35 and 33 years old. Looks like she's turning 40 or something. Not really. So the guy just didn't want to put in the effort. I mean, at worst. I mean, at best. You know, if not, he took some other chick on that date. But she's shocked, right? She is literally shocked that she is getting stood up for the first time. And again, it's just going to happen more frequently, right? To the point she's just going to become numb to it, like guys are, right? We just become numb to that stuff after a while. Like the first time, yeah, we're pretty surprised when that, you know, like that chick in high school or college said that she was going to meet us over here at 5 sharp, you know, or 6 sharp. We're gonna go out tonight and have fun, and then she just doesn't show up. She doesn't return your messages, doesn't return your calls. The next day, she has this ridiculous, lame excuse about her cat had to go to the vet, or oh, her sister flew in all of a sudden, or oh, my best friend needed me, her boyfriend just broke up with her. All these ridiculous excuses that you know are lies deep down, right? You don't want to believe it that she's lying to you, but you know they're lies. So this chick is dealing with that, as many of these 30-year-old women do. The longer they stay out there. That's why I always tell these girls, I'm trying to help you out, man. Don't stay out there, right? You are not meant to stay out there as a female into your 30s. Don't. Your girlfriends will lie to you. The media will lie to you. Nike will lie to you. Bud Light will lie to you. You know, who else? All these other woke companies and, you know, Trevor Noah, late night talk show host, Jimmy Fallon, they'll all blow sunshine up your ass about how you're a queen. You go slay queen. You're a boss babe. You will own the world. No, I'm giving you the reality. Master pickup artist here is giving you the reality that it's going to get uglier and uglier the longer you stay out there. Okay.
That might be a cool experience. Has anything like this happened to anyone before? Please let me know. Like, what the fuck? What does it mean? The other
Potty
thing
mouth.
I'm
Maybe that's
is,
it too.
I can try and call the restaurant and see if there is in fact a reservation for 9:30 in his name. I mean, I can just show up and get a drink and wait a little bit, and then
might see him on another date.
He does show up, because what if
No.
there was some mistake,
No.
and there is some explanation to this.
There is no
He
explanation.
does show up, and then I don't, and then I look like a dick. So
No.
I don't know.
No. Don't go to the restaurant. He's like I said, 50% chance he's on a date with another chick. You'll just look foolish. It'll be embarrassing. But yeah, he's just not interested, right? And no, you gotta love how she's making all these excuses for him. Like, well, maybe something happened. You know, just admit the fact that, hey, he's not that attracted to me because I'm getting old. Another thing too, guys, is as much as she's crying about the fact she got stood up, you cannot tell me that she has never stood any of those dudes up that are in her friend zone waiting for the opportunity to date her. Like, she has never stood any of those dudes up. Really? Really? Maybe this is just karma coming back to bite you in the ass. But let's see what happened here. Potty mouth
Yeah, I'm
girl.
not fucking going anywhere.
Such a turn off.
I called the restaurant. She was like, is it Allen spelled A-L-L-E-N? I'm like, nah, I think it's supposed to be A-L-A-N. She's like, what's the last name? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think there is the last name. Can we just try with the first name? 9:30 for 2 people. She's like, well, I do see a 9:30 2 people for Allen, A-L-A-N. How it's supposed to be K, last name, first.
She's got a date with another chick.
There was a reservation that was canceled. I was like, all right, thank you so much.
Oh, he canceled it.
We're done here. I'm not going anywhere. I could expose the guy. I could show his pictures right now, but nah.
Yeah, don't get evil.
But that's kind of a shitty thing to do to anybody. It doesn't feel great.
It doesn't feel great when you get stood up and flaked on, does it, ladies? Doesn't feel good. But this is how all these dudes felt that you did this to.
I must tell you that it doesn't feel fantastic. Because even though I know that's not the case, I'm like still like, what did I do? Is it something I did? Did he?
He just lost interest in you. He lost traction for you. He was thinking about it. He was probably on the fence, and he's like, I could probably bang this girl if I wanted to, but do I? Do I want to? He just was not interested, right? Because the guy who's attracted to, and that's really what it boils down to, is straight attraction. Guy's attracted to you enough, believe me, he's going to show up, right? He's not going to be doing all this beating around the bush. He's just going to show up.
Discover my TikToks. Like, what is it that drove him away? Why did he change his mind?
Why can't these women just be honest with themselves and be like, well, it's me. I wasn't attracted enough for him because I'm trying to hit the three-pointer when I have no business trying to hit the three-pointer. I should just go for the layup. Right? You're not in a position anymore. Like, she's trying to make the shot from half court. It's like, you're not in your 20s anymore, right? You have to start lowering your standards. But is she going to do that? No. Like most modern women who are out there riding the carousel, their standards are just going to go up. And then they're going to, tear their eyes out on these dating apps, crying about why they're single on their social media.
What's wrong with me, But I guess we'll never know. My friend
No, we do know.
Just gonna go get drinks and listen to our favorite cover band at our favorite Irish pub.
Mocha frap over there, Java chip.
And before that, I'm just gonna have a good cry. Maybe not, I don't know. You know what I just thought? The restaurant was Jelena in Venice. Maybe he looked up, maybe he's never been there. He looked up the place, he looked up the prices, he was like, oh fuck, it's really expensive. I can't do it. And he canceled.
And that's another thing. Yeah, don't try to take these guys for a ride, ladies, and take me to this French restaurant and like he's gonna spend a couple $100. He just met you, he doesn't even know you. That's not cool, right? That's not cool. Just meet somewhere. I wouldn't even go on a dinner date with these chicks. Why is he even doing that? He should have just met her at the Starbucks. She's clearly having Starbucks. Could have just met her there. I mean, that's all you're going to get out of. That's all you should get out of these guys is a $2 coffee at that, and then see if there's any connection, and then you could talk about doing something else. But it would not. I mean, this dude did probably wise up and looked at the prices and just said, okay. As M says, is the juice worth the squeeze? No. All right, the juice isn't worth the squeeze in this, so I'm not going. I'm going to flake.
He felt insecure about himself. He chickened out, and he canceled.
Of course. He felt insecure, you insecure little man. She's coming up with every excuse in the book, even to the point of him being this insecure little man. When she just can't sit there and admit, hey, I'm not attractive enough for this guy, right? I was not attractive enough for him. He has other options, younger options, and, I'm past my prime. She just can't be honest with herself, just like most modern women. Just can't tell themselves the truth. This is why they never fix themselves.
Or he found my TikTok and he didn't like it.
He doesn't care if you found your TikTok. That's not going to matter. No. Yeah, guys are not like chicks. If he was really attracted to you, care less what was on your TikTok. He would show up.
But then he canceled. If so, I hope you fucking is this one. You motherfucker. Stupid ass bitch.
Jeez,
It's a fucked up thing to do.
Well, yeah, sounds like you've done that yourself.
Fucked up thing to do. Fuck you.
Well, now you're seeing the side. Now you're seeing an ugly side of her. So I think he made the right decision. She's not handling this with class. She curses like a sailor, has a really dirty mouth. I don't like women like this with a really just dirty mouth and just an ugly attitude when they don't get their way. It's just really, really just disgusting behavior. It's very classless, very, very classless. And if I were her folks, if I were her parents, I would be ashamed that she speaks like this. Yeah, even if she did get flaked on. That's not how you handle it. But seems like you dodged a bullet.
So I posted a TikTok yesterday about a guy who stood me up for a first date after I drove an hour to meet him.
All these girls getting stood up for these first dates. Could it be that you're going for guys that are just a bit out of your league? Again, right? When you could easily go for a dude who is at your level or maybe even just a smudge below that won't flake on you? No. I got to go for the gusto. I got to go for the top 10% of guys that all the women want, that the younger women want too, that I can't compete with, and then expect this dude to show up for a date with you. Oh, gosh. It's so ridiculous.
And that video has since made its way to some people who actually know him, and they have warned me that he is a douchebag, a player, a tool, has a bad reputation.
That's exactly the type of guy that these DGs love. Douchebag, tool, they love that. What are you talking about? You don't want a nice guy.
And to stay away from him. So I definitely dodged a major bullet. A lot of you said he probably has a wife or girlfriend.
Yeah. So here come the, here comes the plausible deniability these girls tell themselves, so they don't have to face the truth that he just wasn't attracted to you, and he just didn't like you that much. That's why he flaked on you. So they got to play all these mental gymnastics.
He actually has been seeing someone for a few months, so that was probably a factor. But also, with all the comments that video got, it makes me kind of sad that, like, that's such a normal experience for so many people. It's so ridiculous that we're starting to just accept this shitty behavior. And have you seen any?
It's the same behavior that you give the dudes in your friend zone. Okay? At least take responsibility.
With my older videos on my page, and you know what I've been through over the past year with all the horrible cheating I experienced.
Okay, she's dating a bunch of cheaters. She's gone through all these bad experiences. Could it be because you're going for these bad boys that are just a bit out of your league, and they feel that they don't really have to put in that much effort, and they could get away with this bad behavior because they know they're dating down while you are dating up? As I've always told you guys, women, they don't date down, they only date up, right? For a woman to have sex, she will date up. For a man to have sex, he will date down, right? But the problem with that is when he does date down, a lot of times he won't pull the trigger on it, right? If the chick does something that's a turn off or, just puts him off a little bit, he's okay with just letting that go, right? Because he's not going to marry this girl. He's not that attracted to her. She's in her 30s. There's really not a whole lot of value there. I mean, unless he's like super horny or something, but
I am just not about to let men get away with this shit anymore. It's insane.
So what are you going to do?
So with that being said, I feel like every town, city, or area has their local fuckboy who's just notorious for being a player and a piece of shit. So,
yeah, the type of guys that you like, right? That most modern women like.
Oh, if you have one who has screwed you over, I encourage you to call them out because bad behavior gets bad reviews.
You know what you should probably do instead is just focus on yourself instead of trying to change other people, and then kind of like take a long hard look in the mirror of why you're attracting these guys, why you're going after these bad boys who are cheating on you and flaking on you and standing you up for dates, and go, hey, maybe the problem is me, right? And then also look at the times where instead of looking at what a bad person he is and the things that he's done, turn that on you and go, have I done that? Have I done that to people? Have I stood people up? Have I done that? Before you start calling people out. Okay? It takes a little bit of introspection and maturity, which none of these chicks seem to have. But as always, drop your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below. Always love to see you guys in my comments. Always love to read them. As always, this is M from the 33 Secret signing out. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell for me as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and everything I'm teaching here, best way to do that is just jump into 7 months of mastery, son. Right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. And all you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now. And I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.